What we do is work with local organizations all over the world using sport for social impact. And sport for social impact is using soccer-based games or sport-based games to educate children and coaches on how to become self-directed learners.
Being involved in football, especially youth development over the years, we have kids from different communities that have come through the program. And as coaches, it's a little frustrating at times when you really dig deep and find out why they're not coming to training and what the issues are. When you listen closely, you hear the issues. You hear, violence in the community, different scenarios. I get stabbed, somebody gets shot as a family member. And so when the opportunity presented itself through Spanish Jamaican Foundation, that coach across the continent was willing to come here, but they needed a football organization who wants to do something like this. We look at it as an opportunity where we could say we could begin to go a little deeper into recognizing what the issues are and how we could try and solve it. So as an organization, it's not just about preparing the talented players, it's looking at the whole issues that prevent them from maximizing their ultimate best. And we really recognize that this is giving us an opportunity, so we look forward for the partnership.
The Spanish Jamaican Foundation initiated this partnership a year ago. We applied jointly with Ballaz to coaches across continents, and they vet their applicants and then they decide where they're going to do their projects. And we made the cut and they came. So this is year 2, and it builds on the work that we do. We fund youth tennis with Tennis Jamaica. We fund youth football with the Real Madrid Foundation in St. James. And we also do many other community development programs using cultural awareness and partnering with other foundations to work on literacy development, as well as the teaching of Spanish as a foreign language and health and wellness. So we work with a lot of local organizations, the SDC, Digicel Foundation, etc. And we're trying to spread, this is the corporate social responsibility arm of the Spanish companies on the island. So we work within their communities, but we also work nationally.
We want kids to start thinking and solving their own problems.
Well, this is our second year, and we work both in Kingston and Montego Bay. And in both places, I know the coaches are coming in from some of the outside parishes, which is great. So it really is an island-wide initiative. For us, we have some benchmarks over the course of the 3 years. In the first year, we want to educate how to use sport for development and get them to begin using a sport for social development curriculum. This is the second year, and we're looking to have coaches be able to adapt the games to best suit Jamaica, to best suit their local needs, whether that's in Kingston or Mobay or somewhere else. And then finally, by next year, we want everyone that's gone through the course to be able to create their own curriculum and to really be the drivers of their own curriculum content. For us, that's the ultimate level of success, because then our partnership is no longer needed. We'll always be there, but they're able to identify themselves what are the biggest issues and then to solve those issues without outside assistance. So for us, that's the biggest thing. And on a side note, I know I'm doing my job based on the number of smiles that I see every day on a soccer field. What we do is experiential, it's fun, and if kids are smiling and coaches are smiling, learning can take place.
Taking it straight out from the game into life, it helps individuals take more responsibility for themselves. As we just did health and wellness, it was first being healthy, and then going in the community, helping the community be healthy, then helping the nation. So then it spreads if one person takes responsibility, and not only that, by sharing the knowledge. If I know it's better and I know it's more effective and I can be more successful by staying away from conflict or solving it effectively, I pass it on to my kid, my neighbor, and then it's a good effect.
Fix mistakes, keep it balanced, what else? Skill technique.
With each game, we will teach the coaches a number of games, probably about 30 or 40 games each and every year. In each specific game, we will focus on one main social message. Right now, we're learning a game called Wilshire for Health and Wellness. And the game is very much a possession game in football, but we've got some metaphors and analogies tied in with the game about why it's important to be healthy. Not just on the soccer field to be able to play for 90 minutes, but we start getting people important about why is it important to be healthy in life. We start talking about things like heart disease, about smoking, about the dangers of drugs and alcohol, about why it's important to be healthy in life so that you can do better in your job, you can do better in school. And ultimately, if kids have the right information, it will be their choice how to live their life. We're not going to come in and say, don't do this, don't do that, but we want to provide information so that children can make well-educated choices and coaches can make educated choices for a healthy Jamaica.
Being a female, I was obviously very intrigued at first and then supportive when I saw the gender equity pieces that are within the curriculum. you know, within the sport, opportunities aren't as good, even in America, for girls as they are for boys. I'm certain it's that way in Jamaica. I've followed the reggae girls for years, and you know, I'm happy to say that it seems like attitudes are changing a little bit in football, and I hope socially as well. So I see this year about 4 or 5 female coaches, and we didn't have that last year. And that to me is really exciting.
Everything about our skills session is building up confidence and getting kids to use their voice.
We recognize here locally is that we want to create these star players, these football celebrities, and what we recognize as coaches and the responsibility of coaches, that we can't neglect that responsibility as a coach, that we're not just coaching a football star, but we're coaching a life through the sport. So there's a life before the game, there's a life during the game, and there's a life after the game. And if we only prepare them to be the greatest high school player and even national player, but not a good husband, good father, good leader in the community, I think I would have failed as a coach, and I think these coaches would have failed. So I think the charge is for us collectively as coaches in the communities, as persons who have direct interaction with the youth, is to see this not just as an opportunity to just coach the sport, but to coach a life through the sport. Because you know, football is so powerful, but it's the messages that come along with the ball that is really powerful. I got so much out of it. You heard from Stacey, our coach across continents, about what she got from it. And we just want to give back now, and we want everybody to think about it in that way. How can you give back? How can you make a contribution? The private sector, an individual coming to mentor a child, speak words of positive words to someone, and hopefully that could usher in a generation of coaches who coach differently, ultimately impacting a generation of kids who think and act differently.
In Jamaica, it's our culture to dictate most times to kids. Yeah? So it has helped me, instead of punishing the child, you'd find creative way how to help them to solve that problem. So it has basically widened my scope of looking at things. Like a famous minister said that every child can learn, every child will learn. If we are determined enough, if we are creative enough, I think we can get the message across to kids, and we can see the multiplying effect that we can achieve by just reaching one person as they reach us, and we can reach an audience of God knows how many children.
It was interesting. I've learned new things, because really I'm not really a football coach. I play the game, I love the sport, so it was really interesting and it taught me a lot.
It was perfect for this adventure, you know, through the Spanish Jamaican Foundation, along with the coaches across the continent, to be here to help to share again, you know, because we have done it last year and we're back again this year. To have done so to help the coaches, I think, you know, was tremendous. You know, a few coaches turned out. You know, we sorry didn't have more coaches to be a part of it, but we're here. We learn a lot from these coaches, and I think it is something for the future for Jamaica football and for Jamaica youngsters to learn and to develop themselves and to develop them skills and their talent, and you know, not only skills to help them to grow as a person. You know, to help them to grow and to share. You know, as a team, to know how to share as one, you know, as like a family oriented. I think it was perfect, and I think, you know, this is something that we need in Jamaica, and we need often for us to come out and do something like this. And you know, it was awesome for me, and I think the other coaches, I can say also for the other coaches, was brilliant.